Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Shalom to the elders, the teachers that are at GMS, and as always, peace and blessings unto the elect. So I just want to do this lesson on how there's more division within the NATO and the EU, which I have this video and a few articles popped up or pulled up that we're gonna get into, and this is all biblical prophecy. And it's been heating up. There's been a lot of fire, a lot of stuff that's been going on within the NATO and the EU, which I've done a lesson on it last week, maybe Friday, but sometime last week I had did a lesson on. So we see how the Heavenly Father is really bringing these prophecies all together. Our first, it was France, and now there's more things happening between Turkey, Sweden, Finland, and also Hungary as well. Let me take a look at the comment section real quick, then we're going to go into the video. See that? It says Hungary is looking to leave as well. They don't want to participate in this proxy war. And you have somebody that says, it's amazing how fast the stage is being set up for Ezekiel 38 war. It says separating from NATO is a good decision. So as you can see, man, these scriptures are coming to pass. These scriptures are coming to pass. And you got Turkey playing both sides, which Yahweh Shah said the best: no man can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and you will love, and you either hate the one, you will love the other. That's in Matthew the 6th chapter. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick. Because you have Turkey benefiting from relations with Russia and also benefiting from relations with the U.S. as well. But eventually you're going to have to pick a side. And Russia is going to put that heat, or Russia is putting that heat to Turkey to basically, either you're going to be down with us or you're going to be down with U.S. And I'm pretty sure Turkey is going to make the decision to exit out of NATO. But this is Matthew, the 6th chapter, verse 24. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other. You see that? You either hate the one or you will love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. So eventually Turkey is going to have to make a choice. Are playing both sides. It doesn't end too well. So eventually they're going to have to make that decision if they want to join up with Russia and them, or stick with the NATO. What you see this title: Turkish president throws a bomb cells and partners with Syria to attack U.S. troops. And it only makes sense that they partner up with Syria. Or Syria, more than likely, is a Islamic country, and Sweden was just burning the Quran. So we'll see. But let's go ahead and play a bit of this video. I'm gonna jump around.
Turkey, the Middle East's largest standing army and most competent standing army. The president of that country has come out and said that he does not believe that any individual anywhere has the freedom to insult the faith of Muslims. What is that? So no one around the world, in any country, has the right to burn a Quran or criticize Muslims. That's pretty big, coming from the president of Turkey, and he is throwing the full weight of the government's policies behind that, and we're seeing Turkey taking a left-hand turn, separating from NATO on a number of things. Syria, Sweden, and Finland joining NATO. Obviously, President Erdogan is not on board with the anti-Russian policies that are happening in Eastern Europe. All this is culminating to a major fracture that's happening in the party. And once again, with the largest standing army in the Middle East, and highly trained and highly equipped, this is a force to be reckoned with, and yet they are playing both sides. Before we go any further, with all these global unrest and upheaval, is your retirement somewhere safe? If you have concerns about moving your retirement into someplace safer, you can call Jonathan and his team at Genesis Gold to talk about physical gold, physical silver, physical platinum. You can find them down in the description down below to learn more. So Sweden and Finland have petitioned, after the invasion in Eastern Europe, they have petitioned NATO to join as members. One problem: Turkey has stood up and said no. They said, well, maybe if you give us enough stuff, if you make us happy enough. But really what we know is that there's a lot of pressure being put on Turkey from Russia, and Russia is making it very clear to Turkey that Turkey is not to say yes. And that's a big...
You hear that? Hey, look, y'all has better not say yeah.
Deal. Because while Turkey is a member of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and is required by treaty to defend other NATO countries, they also get access to weapons, materials, American fighter jets that they can purchase, which they have been doing. But at the same time, they're also purchasing Russian equipment.
Yeah, which is them playing both sides.
Weapons, Russian missile systems, all of which has really irked the United States as well as NATO. But that has been something of a marital squabble, so to speak. But what's happening now in Syria is a bit more serious, and we'll get to what's going on with Sweden in just a moment. But just this week, in the last few days, an American base was hit by suicide drones. Why isn't there an American base in Syria? That's a whole nother question right there. But American base was attacked by suicide drones, and we're seeing that Turkey and the government of Syria are starting to work together to pressure the Syrian Kurds into a peace treaty that would squeeze the United States and all foreign operators out of the country and basically get that oil going back to Syria as opposed to being sold through Iraq to American businesses and such. All this is focused on Turkey's hatred and suppression of the Kurds in Turkey, as well as Syria, as well as Iraq. The idea of a Kurdistan is anathema to Turkey, and wherever they see free Kurds, they hate the... But we're seeing that they've always kind of played both sides a little bit. They seem to be moving more and more away from NATO and towards the Russian and its allies, because they're starting to work more closely with Syria, because they'd rather work with Syria than they would allow the Syrian Kurds up against their border.
Yep. So now, jump to the 9-minute mark, and that would be it. So this is all beautiful.
And Turkey has taken offense to that and said, Sweden, you're not getting into NATO. We're going to veto Stockholm. And Turkey has taken offense to that and said, Sweden, you're not getting into NATO. We're going to veto you, period. End of story. Every single member of NATO has to agree and go along with an accession. Turkey, President Erdogan has come out and said that those people in Sweden did not have the right to do that, because they haven't been arrested and prosecuted. Sweden will not join NATO. And
like you said, everybody in NATO is going to have to agree with that. So let's see how that will go. Because if everybody else in NATO doesn't agree with that, then what is Turkey going to do? Our Turkey might as well pack their bags up. This is Mark, the 3rd chapter, verse 23. And he called unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but it hath an end. You see that? So this kingdom has to have an end, clearly. Because Nobody is in agreement over there within the NATO and the EU. Okay, France is looking in the opposite direction. Hungary is. Poland is. Turkey is. It's just too much. It's just too much going on. I had this article pulled up. Right now, I'm gonna get to the meat of it. Right now, it says here. It says on Monday, Cesarto warned that Hungary would oppose any future EU proposals to level sanctions on Russia's nuclear power industry, arguing such a decision would adversely affect operations of Hungary's only nuclear power plant, which is powered by Russian-produced nuclear fuel. It says, we will never accept a single decision that would even slightly limit Hungarian-Russian nuclear cooperation, he said. It will put the security of our national energy supply at risk, and nobody should expect that from us. You see that? So it looks like they're even trying to team up with them. It looks like they're even kind of considering like, yo, man, like I ain't trying to mess nothing up. I ain't trying to mess up no relations that we have with Russia whatsoever. Hey, because these other nations can clearly see that Russia is the winning team. And they don't want any smoke. See, everybody's trying to chill. Everybody's trying to be at peace. Except for America and maybe certain other European nations. But it seems like nations that are closer or that are in like Eastern Europe, man, they're trying to chill. Okay, they're trying to chill. So we see, man, there's a lot of division going on, and everything leads to what? In Revelation, the 17th chapter, and the 16th verse. In Revelation 17, verse 16, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which the 10 horns is dealing with the EU, right? And the beast is dealing with NATO. These shall hate the whore. And who's the whore? America. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And how is that going to be? By way of thermonuclear missiles. Eventually, all these different nations are the allies of Esau, the allies of America, is going to turn on America. So in the Obadiah, verse 7 in the NOT, it says, all your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. See that, man? They're going to help to destroy you. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it. That's right. And this is all the doings of the Heavenly Father. And that's because everybody's sick and tired of America. All right, sick and tired of the bullying, tyranny. Okay, they're tired of excessive war. Are milking these other nations. They're getting sick. They're getting sick and tired of it. All right, they themselves are looking for a new person to be in power, and that's why all these things are happening. Hey, man, this is beautiful, man. The joy of the hypocrite is only but for a moment. So in the Job, the 20th chapter, in verse 4, Job 20, verse 4, it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. That's right. So, man, this kingdom was only supposed to last for a moment, and that's what we're seeing. All roads is leading to America being destroyed. America's allies coming up against them and teaming up with the other side. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, so Yahweh Ratazah, if you brothers and sisters were edified. Till next time, Shalom.